Well, my friends, on the 90th day, there was an update. 90 whole days of waiting and wanting, of hoping and sometimes doubting, but Nintendo did deliver. Today was an update day. And it was an update day for my mouth because I now have less teeth. I'm doing good on that soft foods diet. It's going pretty well. I am tired though, so I'm not going to be making the usual edits. I hope you understand. Hope that's okay. I just wanted to get on here and talk to you about what happened and how I feel. And if Nintendo's little note is something worth getting excited over. All right, it's been hours now. I've been able to think about everything. And I wanted to give you my take, as well as some of your takes as well, some of your responses, because today was supposed to be our glory day. I predicted it. I called it. And I think it's safe to say it didn't go exactly as planned. I mean, we did get an update on the same darn Tuesday that I got my wisdom teeth pulled. I somehow called that like the trust SwitchForce Nostradamus that I am. But was it everything we hoped and dreamed? Well, not quite. But you guys and girls are everything I could hope and dream for. Thank you so much for your support. Our family on here it's touching. Like, you guys care so much, and I appreciate that so much. I felt it so strong today. I have like a lot of anxiety, and going to the doctor today, I was all freaked out. Your positive comments made a difference, and I just appreciate how strong our friendship has stuck through all this. Nintendo tried to throw us for a bit of a loop by saying, "Yo, update," and then there was nothing to click on. There was no link or trailer or even a blog post if you lived in the United States. But they included this, which is kind of where this video will focus. In addition to these updates, more free content for Animal Crossing New Horizons is currently in development for later this year. More information will be shared in the future, so please stay tuned. Thank you for your support and patience. They sound like I'm freaking me. Thanks for your support and patience, although I kind of deliver when I say I'll deliver. Did Nintendo deliver what they said they delivered? Doug Bowser said new and fun activities, and frankly, we don't see them in today's content. It is a few holdable items which are adorable. Boba is brilliant. Popsicles are grand. And of course, the cotton candy is a festively fun addition. But it's just more events. And it's honestly lackluster. Even LaBelle would give it a low grade. And she's the easiest grader I've ever seen. So what went wrong and what is to be in the future? Well, I think this is a disappointment. But there's sort of a special alignment. I won't even call it silver, because I don't know that anything involving something this sad can be silver. But if this was anything other than a pandemic, I think I would be on here making a video about how Nintendo basically pulled one over, how Nintendo basically gave up, and how Nintendo basically lost their fan base. But it's impossible to ignore that there has been a pandemic, and oh my gosh, it looks like there is going to continue to be one as things get worse and worse again. So when I see this from Nintendo, I genuinely think, move out the way there, I genuinely think that this is Nintendo trying to, in their most professional way possible, let us know that their plans have been thrown like a box of crayons on a sidewalk with too big of holes between the different squares. Like, it fell. And it fell hard. And whatever they had envisioned for year 2 has not come to fruition in the way that they envisioned it. In addition to these updates, more free content is currently in development. Now, if it was more events, I don't think they say this, all right? And this is the part of the show where you might feel your hype rising. You might feel a little chill up your back. You might even feel a little pain in your tooth. They don't go say this if it's just the same old, and they don't go say this if it's just new items. They say this if it is going to be something substantial and if it's going to be something that is notable and would get fans excited. And you can be assured of that because of two parts. More information will be shared in the future. That implies to me that they are going to do a trailer or they are going to reveal it as part of a Nintendo Direct. And then thank you for your support and patience, implying that all of this waiting is worth something. This waiting has been kind of grueling. It has sucked the last 90 days, let's be frank. Or let's be Phoebe. And it really didn't pan out. And I can feel and see some of the seething resentment in the posts you guys make. But I think there's hope, and I'll tell you why. Before we do, check this out, all right? Becky Booz over on my YouTube video this morning said this update is tiny. They even had to do a tweet going, don't be mad, we are working on some stuff, I promise. Called it, knew it, was going to just be a couple of items. Boba looks cute. I may log in for 5 minutes to get it, and that's it. That is a heartbreaking in real time, my friends. Now, GTA fan 741852 said, I feel like the phrase be patient is starting to become overused in this game. Yeah, this is like a preschool exercise stretched over months. Be patient, my friends. You'll eventually get there. Be patient, my friends. It will pay off. And look, Star Wars Mike was equally unhappy. We waited for 3 months just for the same event with a few new items. The items part gets me mad because my storage is full. When can we get a new house update for more storage? Mike, you need to do some organizing because you can't even enjoy the boba. You don't got space, and that is sad. But do you have space in your heart for a little bit of hope? I think you should, and we shall. I'm telling you that Nintendo probably planned for a big summer update. I'm telling you it was not in their Rolodex to have us go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months with no substantial update. I do not believe their year 2 plan was, let's make them really want it. Let's make them hurt for a bit. Let's make them sit there through May and June, July and August and September and not get nothing that they want. That's not how a company that wants to grow a player base and wants to support its fans works. And you might say Nintendo don't want that, but I promise you they do. They don't want to see this community die. I think they just didn't have many options. I think they were completely hamstrung by work from home. Like I said in a video earlier this week, I think they had year 1 plan and didn't have much beyond it. They thought they'd get to it, and then they couldn't because the pandemic struck and it just threw everything amiss. I mean, Nintendo hasn't seen significant delays. That is a miracle on 34th Street, honest to goodness. Every other company has had something be pushed, and sometimes pushed major amounts of months. Nintendo has not, but I think behind the scenes, they have. What's interesting is this lines up with September. If you look at when the events end, if you go to that Japanese blog and you see, hey, things wrap in September, things wrapped right around now, and that's why we're getting a new update. So we can trust these lists. I'm talking about the last list on the last Japanese blog back in April. I think this lines up for them to share more information in a pretty substantial way, right? They say more information will be shared in the future. What do we know as Nintendo fans happens every year in September? Yes, the Big Fall Direct. Okay, the Big Fall Nintendo Direct, where they share their plans and updates for games coming that holiday season and sometimes games beyond into the subsequent year. I think Nintendo will probably detail a major Animal Crossing update at their September Direct. I don't think more information will be shared in the future means they're going to do another one of these tweets. I think they know that this is painful. I think they know that some people just straight up don't like this. I think they know that people like Beth felt pure disappointment this morning. They don't think we're getting any other updates. No NPCs, no villagers, no new content. They think that this is it because Nintendo just can't deliver. And I'm telling you, Nintendo wants to give you the giant present that's in front of your screen right now. And they just haven't been able to. You know, now some people have the spice of life like Pottergeist who says cucumber horse and weird word that means eggplant cow. Until then I was a little bummed about it. What could be better than sticks in a pickle? They are fire! And they still get joy out of some of these updates. Or, you know, if you were ACNH dad and you had your expectations in check, then hey, this update is exactly what you expected it to be. Updates to existing events and holidays celebrations. But maybe you are more like my friend Mayor Tortimer, who says, let me in. And maybe you expect a little more out of ACNH going forward. And look, have I led you astray yet? Has hashtag Trust SwitchForce been wrong? Do you remember the Sanrio cards? Do you remember this update when I called the exact day and the exact time and told you when it would be? I'm telling you, they are planning to make notable additions to this game. It just has not worked out as planned. I think come September, we do get a massive announcement, either in the form of a Nintendo Direct reveal or a trailer reveal. I guess both would be trailers, but I think they bring back a trailer, and I think they bring back a lot. I love the sky at this time of night. It just looks gorgeous, doesn't it? I think they really will do Brewster, Cap, and I'm not ready to give predictions. We're nowhere near that point. We're months out. But I think Nintendo is going to gear all of their development up into a ball and launch it at us for the holiday season. I think they're going to make a substantial investment in Animal Crossing because we've made a substantial investment in them. I think it makes sense to support your biggest IP. And I don't think Nintendo does this if they're just stringing us along. That would be absolutely sacrilege. It would be sinful. You just drop tweet 1 and say, hey, a free update's coming. That's it. We'll check it out. We'll get our boba. We'll get a tapioca ball stuck in our socket, and we'll get on with it. But they didn't. They put the second tweet because they know that it's messed up. They know that things have been a mess, and they know that fans' minds are a mess, waiting for this, wanting for this, and they haven't gotten it. And by golly, that was the best move they made all day. Honestly, it's the best move they've made all summer, and it's probably the best move they made for AC fans all year. Lyrical Dance Flap echoes that by saying, considering I only expected a heart-shaped balloon, I'm pretty happy with the little we got. I'm excited for the boba drinking action. Makes me think of Brewster. But I'm honestly more excited about the second tweet. It's nice to see that something else is coming. Okay, and then we had Jake Ingram say, even though the update was tiny, I think the new items are cute, and I'm glad that Nintendo at least acknowledged that they have content in development. I feel like the worst part for the community has been just being completely in the dark. And as somebody who's been afraid of the dark since I was little, that's when all the bad thoughts start to come and the nightmares can creep out from their corners. The monsters and the spooks begin to harmonize. I agree. I think Nintendo's biggest crime in all of this was that they didn't let us know. It's perfectly fine if the pandemic threw your plans off. It's perfectly fine if you're working on something for later. It's not perfectly fine to just leave us in a lurch. I don't really know what a lurch is, but it sounds painful. All right, doesn't sound like somewhere I want to be, but now we have our answer. Now we know that they are hard at work on something, and we know that Doug Bowser's new and fun activities are coming later. They are coming most likely early fall, and some may say, oh, Zach, they're just talking about Jack and Halloween. They're just going to do what they do again. They're going to give us Halloween with 5 new items and call it a day, but I'm telling you that's not the case. I'm telling you, Dougie B doesn't say what he said, and Nintendo doesn't say what they said unless they have plans, unless they have been working and are working on something notable, something big, and something that will please fans after so many letdowns. Okay, I don't know exactly when, I don't know exactly what, but the update that we're waiting for, it's still to come. Call me crazy, call me foolish, call me Zach, because that's my name. But I'm telling you, this is how it will go. And that's what hashtag Trust SwitchForce is about. We call it, we know it, and then it happens. I dig into this stuff. I think about it so deeply for you all. I love you. I care about you. And I really think Nintendo does as well. Again, this is a different video without tweet 2. This is a video of what the freaking heck. I pulled my teeth out for this. I mean, look, my guy over here, the Speed Forever, says it finally happened with the cost of a wisdom teeth. Hope you recover, Zach, and thank you. I'm doing good. I'll be just fine. Nintendo would not recover for the Animal Crossing fans if they just ended it here. And they know that. And they didn't, and they won't. And with freaking tweet 2, with the apology, basically, thanks for your support and patience. We're sorry this hasn't gone as we wanted. With how we know things have been affected, and especially in Japan, honestly. They almost canceled the Olympics a second time. You got to have a little heart, you got to have a little love, and you got to have a little more patience. This game is teaching us to be the most calm, patient, meditatively amazing fan base we could ever be. And we'll continue to be that. And we'll come back in September, and we will just cross our fingers that this tweet pays off. And that whatever they have currently in development, more free content, new and fun activities that they're going to share in the future, that we're staying tuned for, that we're supporting and being patient for, is worth it. And if you want to know my opinion, I think it will be. Thank you all for being so amazing. I love you. Make sure you're taking good care of yourself. You're always telling me to take good care of myself. Don't work too hard. Get some sleep. You do the same. All right? I love you. Whatever you're dealing with, I'm sure it weighs on you. I'm sure it stresses you out. Take a deep breath. Know that you got this. You're going to be good. And tomorrow is a new day. No matter what, you got another chance. Thanks again, everybody. Love you a lot. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. And until next time, we'll be back. Don't worry. I'm not going until September. We got a lot to talk about. But in the meantime, SwitchForce out.